My name is Matthew Wright. I'm a pharmacologist by training, and I spent about 15 years in the pharmaceutical industry as a drug discovery project leader, mainly in the area of diabetes and metabolic disease. And now I'm a CSO, Chief Scientific Officer for Strekin, a small biotech company in Basel. We're in the business of developing drugs for unmet medical needs by taking existing drugs and trying to repurpose them either via new formulations and in new indications. I met Maurice Carey with CNE in conjunction a few years ago with a meeting in Basel, and learned about his long history as an anatomical pathologist. And about a year after meeting him, just coincidentally, we were testing one of our drugs in a non-clinical GLP toxicity study, and the data didn't make sense. And I thought back to some of the conversation I had with Maurice, where he said if the data don't make sense, then one needs to push back and look in more detail. So the product was a GLP toxicity study for a new formulation of our drug and a new route of administration, and we had a GLP report that really didn't make sense to us. The data did not fit to a typical dose response and were not consistent with data we had in a prior study. And so we engaged CNE, who conducted a peer review of the data for us through their connections in the US, and also worked directly with the CRO to rewrite the study to make sure that the data were effectively presented in the final study report. CNE really helped put it into perspective, and we were able, in fact, with that study report as part of our non-clinical safety dossier, to launch a phase 2 study in Europe in 5 countries. So CNE really brought us a lot of assistance in working through this problematic study and allowing us to be successful in starting our clinical study. Well, actually, my experience working with CNE was terrific. Maurice Carey loves to talk. He's passionate about what he does. And as I've met some of the new colleagues that are part of this organization, I've realized the passion that they have. So in the end, it was really a truly great collaboration and brought high value for the amount of money that we committed to interacting with them. And we certainly would approach them again for any other needs in clinical as well as non-clinical pathology.